this. Ugh. What is going on, guys? Well, it's Saturday. Well, I don't know who's going to get on this, but I wanted to do this live anyways. But tomorrow, myself and my buddy Rob are heading out to Shreveport, Louisiana for the KBF National Championship. I wanted to kind of give a backstory on how I got here. Oh, there we go. There's one person. Let's see if we can get anybody else before I start the story. But, oh, thanks, Adair. Yeah, I was just sitting here getting all packed up for the national championship this week, and figured I would share my story of how I got there, because it's pretty interesting. And oh, thanks. Let's get more people on here, please. But yeah, it's an interesting story. Not too interesting, but it did come down to the very last chance that I had, and I'll explain it here in a little bit. But let's see if we can get some more people on before we do this thing. I'm kind of sitting in this corner right here that my wife has built up real quick, because the rest of our house is kind of a mess right now. And my office isn't built. That video will be coming shortly. So hopefully we can get that office built. Adair, it looks like you're the only one so far to get on here. What's going on? Hopefully some other buddies get on here or something, and we can have a little chat about what's going down this week. But if you hear something in the background, it's my kids watching their iPads, watching cartoons and stuff on there, but so don't mind that. I'll give it about another minute or two, and then I'll just go ahead and do this video. All right, well, Adair, it looks like you're the only one listening today, so I figured it's Saturday. Most people are doing something. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully we can get more people on here. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and already jump into the story, and then if more people come, we'll kind of backtrack a little bit. But so last year, I fished probably 9 tournaments altogether. I did the KBF in person at High Rock with my buddy Rob, and we both finished kind of middle of the pack. And then I fished a couple online tournaments, and then some more in-person tournaments. But I qualified for the Virginia Kayak Trail Championship, which there was about 16 of us, I believe, 15 or 16 of us, out on the Chickahominy River up here in Virginia. Now, looking back through the year, I had a couple close tournaments where I could have gone and qualified for the national championship this year, but it just wasn't, I just couldn't get that number one spot and couldn't get that qualifying spot. So it all came down to the very last tournament, which was the VKT Trail, or Virginia Kayak Trail Championship. And thanks to Rob Carpenter and them for holding this and being KBF partners, because without them being a partner, I wouldn't have had a chance to qualify. Well, I wouldn't have qualified. We'll put it that way. I had a lot of chances, but I wouldn't have qualified. But it was a 2-day tournament, and I didn't do so well the very first day. Oh, there we go. We got another person on there. But I didn't do very well the first day. I only caught one fish, and a lot of people... yeah, tiny bass. Do. Hey, man, I'm telling you, you should have held that thing way closer. It would have looked at least like a 1-pounder. But, yeah, so... thanks, Warren, for joining. I'm just kind of giving a backstory of how I got to the qualify for the national championship, and it all came down to the very last tournament and the last opportunity to qualify this year, and it was the Virginia Kayak Trail Championship in November, which is the end of the tournament season for pretty much everyone before they start, regrouping and getting all their stuff either packed away or ready for next year. But yeah, so day one, I had caught one fish, and it wasn't looking too good for me. I fished a spot that I previously wanted to fish, but the day before the tournament, I was, hesitant on fishing it. And my buddy Rob went and fished another spot. And I was like, well, man, maybe I should go to that same spot, but just go south instead of going up. And so I was like, you know what? I'll give my spot a try on day one and see if there's any fish back there. And then if not, day two, I'm just going to go with plan B, which was launching where he launched and then just going south instead of, trying to get into his space up north. And so I caught one fish day one, and then it wasn't looking too good. I was sitting, there was a lot of people that didn't catch fish, and so I was sitting part of middle of the pack, if not a little farther down. And day two came around, and I told my buddy Rob, I was like, hey, I'm going to go up here with you. I'm going to head south and, see what I can get. So day two, we went up there. We launched early in the morning, and probably by maybe 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock in the morning, I want to say. I can't remember the exact time, but I had a limit. I had a good limit of fish, and it helped me move up. And so the day one really kind of hurt me, but overall. But I had a pretty good bag on day one. I think I either was second. I think I was second for day one or day two, overall. And so I came back, and I learned that a couple people that were ahead of me on the leaderboard kind of just petered out and just kind of, went home. Thought they were out of the tournament. And so that ended up putting me just enough to where I could get third place. Now, by all means, I fished my heart out. That final day, it was a grind. And I hate to see people kind of drop out of tournaments at the very last minute. Yeah, petered. And but fortunately enough for me, it earned me a qualifying spot along with Rob. And so I kind of had a month to decide, hey, am I going to fish the national championship or not? And so I talked to the wife, and we plan on going down there. So giving the last chance to qualify, I have prepared probably more than I have for any other tournament. I mean, even the national championship on Kentucky Lake, I feel like I've prepared more for this tournament, just because it suits my style of fishing better than the Kentucky Lake one. So I've kind of looked at spots for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, getting rods rigged up, thanks to ALX rods. But I've been getting all those prepared, new line, everything, down to the last tee. And my buddy Rob made a funny comment the other day. He was like, "This is the most I've seen Ricky prepare for anything." And he's like, "So I think we have a pretty good chance." But I just want to say to all the guys going down there, best of luck and safe travels on your way down there. I know a lot of rain is coming through the Midwest right now and a lot of flooding. So if you're coming through that way, be careful, and we'll see you down there. But thanks for watching, guys. Hit that subscribe button. I will probably not be uploading anything this week due to pre-fishing national championship. But the week after, expect some videos for practice days, tournament days, and then just, kind of maybe random videos here and there of the experience of the national championship. But thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, please. We're almost to our mark of it at 1,000. So, yeah, thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all later. Bye.
Daddy. Hey, Daddy. 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 Daddy.